Hi, and welcome to another rousing rendition of my video blog. Alright, so, what do I talk about today? Everybody knows that it was the start of the regular season last week. Week 1 was surely one that will soon be forgotten. But now, tomorrow, we start week 2. With that being said, I wanted to provide my picks of all the big games. Alright. So, Thursday night, obviously, we have the Broncos facing the Chiefs. Did anybody see the Broncos play last week? Yeah. Peyton Manning, apparently he was on the injury report this past week for his back. It's supposed to be thunderstorming that night. That night. Trust me, a guy that has a back problem, when it rains, you feel it. The way I see it, Peyton Manning, he's getting older. He ain't getting no younger. He's getting older. This might be his last hurrah. Honestly, though, they're both 1-0 coming into this game. But in Kansas City, during a thunderstorm, out in the elements, I'm giving this game to Kansas City. Just as simple. Now, let's go with Sunday's actions. I'll go ahead and do Sunday Night Football first. Sunday night, we got the Seahawks at the Packers. Lambeau Field. Is there anything else that I need to really say? As far as I know, Cam Chancellor is still holding out. He's still not back with the team. They haven't come up with a new deal for him yet. So it looks like the Seahawks are going to be without him again. Let's see if they can screw it up like they did on Sunday. Who knows? Maybe they will. I think they will, especially in Lambeau, because Lambeau is one hell of a place to play. So, my pick for that is the Packers over the Seahawks. Seahawks are going to fall to 0-2. Packers are going to go ahead and win. Monday night, we have the Jets at the Colts. All right. If anybody knows how Andrew Luck played on week 1, we know that he's not going to play that way again at home. Plain out and simple. Who do the Jets have as their quarterback? Exactly. I'm giving this one to the Colts. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go through all of Sunday's games with my picks. And if you don't agree with these, that's fine. Just leave them in my comments. But in the description, I'm going to actually put down all my picks again. But let's start with Sunday's 1 o'clock games, all the early games. You got the Texans at the Panthers. Honestly, the way that the Texans already played in week 1, I'm giving this game to the Panthers. We have the 49ers at the Steelers. Steelers defense, well, it's virtually invisible. Can Roethlisberger really put up that many big numbers at home against the 49ers reinvigorated team? Colin Kaepernick can run. Roethlisberger can lay down on the ground. So I'm giving this game to the 49ers at Heinz Field. You got the Buccaneers at the Saints. Everybody knows how Jameis Winston did on his very first NFL pass. It was so Brett Favre-like. But the Saints, they're not going to be bad forever anymore. So I'm giving this one to the Saints at home. Now you got the Lions at the Vikings. Ooh, that one was a hard one to choose from. But honestly, Teddy Bridgewater, Adrian Peterson, they're just not the it factor for Minnesota. Sorry, Mike Zimmer. You got a good defensive scheme. And yeah, even though defense wins games, you had to have some sort of an offense. So I'll give this one to the Lions and Matthew Stafford and his crew. You got the Cardinals at the Bears. Soldier Field is going to be electric. But how electric is it? You got Carson Palmer coming in there. He's got something to prove after tearing his ACL yet again. So, plain out and simple, I'm giving this one to the Cardinals at Soldier Field. You got the Patriots at the Bills. Patriots are a damn good team, especially with their cheating ways. But I'm going to go ahead and give this one to the Bills because Rex Ryan knows what he's doing against the Patriots. And the Patriots are not a good road team. Look at history. Probably 3-4 years in the making. Patriots aren't that good of a road team. So I'm giving this one to the Bills. Chargers at the Bengals. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a huge Bengals fan, which I'll prove that at the end of my video. But I am a huge Bengals fan, but that's not the reason why I'm picking the Bengals this week. I'm picking Bengals because if you looked at them in week 1 against the Raiders, wow. They are an all-around good team, and they will remain that way, barring major injuries. Andy Dalton has been actually pretty spot on since the preseason. Let's not forget about that game, that preseason game at Tampa Bay. That's beside the point. It was preseason. It didn't really matter. It was practice mode. But the way that they went into Oakland and dominated for 3 out of the 4 quarters, let's see if they can do that at home. And they don't like to lose at home. So I'm giving that one to the Bengals. Titans at the Browns. I'm just going to laugh at the Browns. They know they're placing 4th place in the AFC North. So I'm giving this one to the Titans and Marcus Mariota. The kid had a great showing last week, and he'll have another one against Johnny Football this week. Falcons at the Giants. Big Blue, they're all washed up. Tom Coughlin, what is he now, like 138 years old? Eli Manning just signed a big contract extension for what? The guy is no good. He hasn't been good for the past 2-3 seasons. So I'm giving this one to the Falcons. Matt Ryan and his crew, they're going to go into the Meadowlands, and they are just going to destroy them. Rams at the Redskins. Sorry, Jay Gruden. Your team is just no good. You got RG, ouch, I hurt my knee, going and riding the Pine Pony again. Kirk Cousins is not going to be able to perform well against this Rams offense. So, I'm giving this one to the Rams. Dolphins at the Jaguars. This one should be a good one. For one, both teams are still in their home state. So that's a plus on both ends. But Ryan Tannehill has really come along as one of the league's better quarterbacks. So I'll give this one to the Dolphins. Ravens at Raiders. Listen, I'm an AFC North junkie because of the Bengals. But even I have to admit, the Ravens are going to do exactly what the Bengals did against the Raiders last week. They're going to go in there, and they're just going to show them how to play football. Cowboys at the Eagles. Good division matchup. However, Tony Romo, he's got the it factor. He's a good clutch quarterback. Straight up clutch. And Chip Kelly's offense, it hasn't taken its full turn yet. So I'll give this one to the Cowboys. Until Chip Kelly gets his offense where he wants it to be, and he can choose one of the quarterbacks to actually carry that team, they're going to continue to either lose by a little bit or lose by a whole lot. So, those are my picks for this week. Now, if you remember when I was talking about the Bengals game, I did mention that I was a huge fan and that I had a surprise. Everybody knows that the Bengals have been the laughingstock of the NFL, since after their 91 campaign. They had 15 years of futility, and they haven't won a playoff game since the 1990 season. Does anybody remember the year that they went to the Super Bowl? 1989? The 88 season? Yeah, neither do I. I was 4 years old. But that being said, I do have something here. I have this right there. You see that? Yeah, that's right. That's a can of Houday beer from 1988. 27 years old. I'd like to think that it gets sweeter with age like wine, but I really don't think so. So here's my challenge to myself. If, and it's a very big if, I may be keeping this can very much intact. And just to let you know, Just prove it. It is unopened. If the Bengals can somehow manage to not disappoint their fans here in Cincinnati again and make it to the postseason 5 years in a row, but make it all the way to the Super Bowl, if they win the Super Bowl, I will make a video of me drinking that can of beer. And then I'm going to show the video of me probably puking that can of beer. But you know what? It was fun. I'll tell you what. I got a whole 6-pack of this. I don't want to drink the whole 6-pack. But like I said, I will take one of these cans if they win the Super Bowl and I will drink it. If you have different picks than what I brought out with, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear what you all think. All right. Until then, have a great week and let's enjoy some football.